two, one, zero.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hello, welcome Conversations to Raise Vibrations. So excited to be here as always. I am your host, Lisa Kelly, and as always, I'm joined by the beautiful lady in red, Elvira Hopper. If you are joining us, if you're new to this page and you're just joining us, please engage in conversation. We'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this later, just hit hashtag replay. And if you're watching it on our beautiful YouTube channel, then just hit like, subscribe, and share. We would love that. Today, we were chatting back in the studio, and both of us kind of sometimes, not always, but we kind of come with an idea of, oh, how about this today? How about this? And today we were both like, I have no idea what we're talking about.
I got nothing.
So we left it up to the universe, and we just said, you know what, universe, you tell us what you want us to talk about. And Elvira said, why don't we pull a card? So we did pull one before the show.
Yeah.
We have a Facebook user. Good morning, ladies. I don't know who you
Hello.
are, but I'm so glad you're here.
This is the deck right here, the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck by Yannick Silver, who is amazing.
And you pulled one for us last week from that. So
I did too. I think this is becoming a thing. I love, so this is the deck I think I shared. My husband and I pull a card every day after our walk.
Yeah.
And we have a little ritual that we do, and it's free. It's free. And it's one of the highlights of my day, you know? So this is proof that you don't have to pay money to, you know, do something really wonderful. And and connecting, you know, with my husband and the universe giving us a message together is just so beautiful.
Yeah. That is beautiful. I like that ritual. That's really nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's Tori Jo. Oh, Tori Jo, your name
Tori
Jo.
today. Hello, Tori Jo.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here.
Yes, it was so great chatting with her last week on our on her show, her podcast. We had a great conversation, so we just love Tori Jo. And you're doing it today, yes.
So not long after we're done. Okay, so don't keep us in suspense.
Okay. So the card that I pulled for all of us is number 10, which is a very powerful number, and it is. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. You want to read it out, Lisa?
Yeah, let me put on my glasses here.
Put on your specs.
Deliver your greatest gift to the world. Am I reading that right?
Yes. Deliver your greatest gift to the world. Isn't that great? So I'm going to read what it says in the manual. Go ahead. The world is ready for you. The real you. The true and authentic you that you have been hiding somewhere because someone once told you it's not okay to be fully seen. There's no reward for being falsely humble. Your brilliance and luminosity don't diminish the light of anyone else. It only gives others permission to come forward fully too. Life simply wants more life. Your role is to become the fullest expression of the life you have been blessed with in your playful purpose now. And then he has a cosmic catalyst question for us. When and why did I first diminish my light? So maybe we can ask that question to people below. When and why did I first diminish my light? Who played a role, knowingly or unknowingly, in diminishing it? I've got mine ready to go.
Got mine too.
Yeah. Look at, and then the cosmic checkbox is another activity he asks you to do. So there's always a cosmic catalyst question and an activity in the cosmic checkbox. So the cosmic checkbox says, look at each of the names you wrote out during your cosmic catalyst and send love and forgiveness to that person.
Amazing.
Isn't that great? Oh my God.
So amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that. I love
I love that. And I think it's perfect for today because you are sharing with me, you know, your greatest gift and your dream in the studio, which you're going to talk about in a minute. And this is so perfect for all these women on this page. And Tori, I'm talking to you because, right? She's right with her light too. And This is
Yeah.
so perfect because we need to be shining our light. I just watched yesterday, and if anybody hasn't seen it yet, highly recommend it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to mix this name up. Viola
Yeah.
Davis.
Okay. I love her. Yeah.
I didn't know of her roles, right? Hadn't watched
Okay.
any of those movies. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine said, you need to watch this interview with Oprah. It's on Netflix.
Right.
It's on Netflix for
Mm,
the time being. And I thought, oh, okay. She talks about, manifesting her dream.
mm,
And I said, oh, okay. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to watch it, but if you want
mm,
to feel the power behind a woman, it is
mm,
in this woman. She wrote a book about living her and finding me, it's called, and finding
mm,
her true self and living her dreams. And she lived in abject poverty.
mm,
She lived in plaster peeling off the walls and living in a house with rats that would come out and crawl on them at night. And oh my God, yeah.
oh my God. Can you imagine?
And her only way out was to dream a dream.
Oh,
I I feel like I could cry too.
yeah.
I felt her. And she said it was a teacher at school who saw her. And I thought of you and I thought of all of us as we talk about this all the time, to be seen and felt safe, felt heard, felt celebrated, all of those things. But she felt seen,
Mm,
this teacher.
yeah.
And oh my God, like, she is a powerhouse. But to hear
Yeah.
her story and what she overcame, holy
Wow.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
unbelievable, to live it where she lived and where she is now, and all because she had that dream.
And someone believed in her.
And
Someone saw her.
her, and she shone her light, and she's living her dream. And
Oh,
I
that's
think
so
so
beautiful.
many of us live in that, that person, or that unknowingly, like the card said, or
Yeah.
knowingly, that diminishes our light, and then we believe it, and we hold on to this crap.
Yeah.
It's not who we are.
No.
And when we can look at ourselves, look at our pain, look at when we can truly look at that pain, that outer shell begins to crumble. And when it crumbles, the true me emerges,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
The true me emerges, and then
Yeah.
we are light, and we are shining our light on the world
Yeah.
stage. So, yeah,
Oh, that's so beautiful, Lisa.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing that. I'm
yeah.
gonna definitely check that out
It's so good.
ASAP.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good. I didn't want it to end. It was only like 40 minutes, but I just thought, oh my
Mm,
gosh, I don't want it to end. But it is a very, very, very good
wow.
watch. And the book,
Yeah.
I'm sure, is amazing, which I haven't read, and I'd like to read that next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, and Oprah has quite the story too, obviously, coming from
yeah.
poverty herself and
She was
being
saying that.
raped. Yeah.
She was saying that, and
Yeah.
she says, "Well, I talk about how I'm poor. You are po."
Yeah, Poe, dirt Poe,
You're
and
po.
dirt Poe is like there's a dirt floor. Like there's not even like
Yeah,
carpeting or
yeah,
linoleum. It's
yeah,
actually dirt. Like
yeah.
that's why they call it dirt poor. And that's where it sounds like they both came from the sounds of it. Yeah.
Oprah was going on about how, for sure, Viola was
Yeah.
far worse off than she was.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I
Wow.
know.
And then when I think of one of my favorite quotes of Oprah's, I have a few of them, but one of my favorite is when she says, the universe dreamed a much bigger dream than I could have ever dreamed for myself.
Oh, I love it. I
Look
love
at who she is, right?
I know.
From nothing. So really, do we have anything to complain about?
You know what
Can we
I
go
also
ahead, go
sorry,
ahead.
I hate to interrupt, it was just a thought. What I also thought about is we don't have to live our stories.
Mm,
Yeah, everybody who's watched this knows my, um, story about money and all getting ahead and all of that stuff, but that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not who I'm meant to be. I don't have to live in that shit program anymore,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And I think sometimes, me included in this, you think maybe this is my lot in life. Maybe this is
Mm,
maybe this is my lifetime that I'm supposed to work through. And then when I see that and people
Mm,
overcome that poverty like nothing else I've ever seen, there's no way,
yeah.
right? There's no
Yeah.
way this is
No.
to live in that. There's Dave.
No. Yeah. Yeah. There's David. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Lisa, it is, in my humble opinion, our duty, because if something is in us, if we truly want something
Yeah,
and we want to overcome something, it's truly in us to learn how to show up in a way that we break through those barriers, we break through those limitations others might have put on us,
yeah,
well-meaning parents or
yeah.
teachers, or ill-meaning parents or teachers. Like, I had a grade 6 teacher who told me I was going to amount to nothing.
Okay.
And you know and
Yeah.
she lit a fire under my butt. In my grade 6 teacher, I'll never forget this. If I can just tell this story really quick.
Yes.
This grade 6 teacher, God bless her, because I truly am grateful to her, because it wasn't easy at the time, but me and a friend of mine, Lisa, we stayed back every day because we couldn't get math. Like, math was just
Yep.
so hard, hammering it through our head. The irony is, my son is a math major. He's a computer scientist. I do believe I gave him every single tiny math cell that I
Came
had,
from
and
you.
his dad gave him the rest. But I was not good at math. And so I stayed every day after school, and she would try to get this math through us. And both of us are like, we don't get it. Right. And she would just lose it on us. And you're so stupid. And she would just go, and say, you're going to amount to nothing. And I was like, is she right?
Wow.
No, I don't believe she's right. So you know what? I studied so hard in grade 6 because I'd come from a public school to a Catholic school, and it was more homework. It was harder. So I had to make that adjustment. That was my transition year. I went from one school to the other. And I said, okay, well, this lady, she's not going to prove herself right. I'm going to prove her wrong. So I studied my butt off. And in grade 7, my marks went up. I went from a C and D student to, in grade 7, I went to like a B and A student. And in grade 8, I was straight A's. And then
Wow.
I went to high school and I was on the honor roll the whole time. So that's what can happen, right? People
Yeah.
can inspire you to prove the opposite, right? Or sometimes people just don't believe in you, and you can just go, okay, why should I even try, right? So, like he says, who diminished your light?
Yeah.
So for me, do you want to share your story of
Oh,
who
oh, please.
diminished your light? No, I spoke. You go ahead. Who diminished your light?
Well, you know what? I have a similar story of school in grade 6.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I forgot to tell you how great the story finishes. I
Okay.
forgot this. Grade 6. Hold on to that. So what did I do? I studied hard. I got good grades. I ended up I didn't have the marks to be a doctor. My parents wanted me to be a doctor, and that's part of my story. Lived out of alignment, people pleaser, did what they wanted me to do. I became a lab technologist. So here I am working at Princess Margaret Hospital, making really good money.
Right.
I wear a white lab coat in Princess Margaret. My parents think I'm a doctor, so I made them happy,
Well, then
right?
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It was their ego, right? But I ended up getting it's a long story, but I ended up taking a vacation by myself to Europe in, I think, my second or third year of working in the lab. So I had lots of money, and I went to Europe by myself, and I was a single woman, and I'd been treated really badly by this guy, and that's part of my story. My friends went the year before. He didn't want me to go, and so I lost my opportunity to go with my friends to Europe. But the year after, we broke up, and I went into a really bad depression where I literally wanted to die. And fortunately, I got plucked out of that. An angel saved me, truly. And I ended up going to Europe by myself. So here's the amazing thing. I vibrated so high in that trip because I took my power back. I learned that I was actually beautiful without makeup. That's
Right.
another story. I'll save that for another day. A beautiful angel from Paris told me I was beautiful with no makeup, and I believed it. So
Yeah.
I was inspired to believe that I was beautiful. And then what ended up happening, I ended up like falling in love with these two different people.
Right.
I ended up like falling in love in Switzerland. I went back to the south of Naples, where my parents were getting remarried, their 25th wedding anniversary. That was part of my trip, to be part of their 25th wedding anniversary celebration. I met my first love, who had dumped me, and we fell in love again. And so I'd fallen in love in Switzerland. I fell in love again in Naples, and I went back to a guy who I'd kind of been dating, but I said, look, let's forget about it, because I'm going to Europe. I don't want to have any, connections to a boyfriend back home. So please just allow me to go. Anyways, when I got back, I had 3 marriage proposals. Okay. That's how high I was vibrating. I went from a total crap magnet where I wanted to die to now I'm vibrating like this. But here's one of the miracles that happened on my way back. I got bumped up to first class. Okay.
Wow.
So here I am in first class. I look over to my right, my grade 6 teacher and her husband. I kid you not. My
Come
grade
on.
6 teacher. And I looked over and I said, Mrs. D'Souza? And she goes, Elvira? And I said, oh my gosh. So I didn't tell her that I got bumped up to first class. I just said to her, Mrs. D'Souza, I want to thank you. You told me that I was going to amount to nothing in grade 6.
Did you say this to her?
I did. And I said, and I worked really, really hard, and I pulled up my grades, and I became a lab technologist, and I work at Princess Margaret Hospital, and I am living the life of my dreams, which I wasn't really, but I told her I was.
Of course.
And I am so grateful to you, because I just had the best summer in Europe by myself. And I just want to thank you. And she just looked at me flabbergasted, and she said, I am so proud of you.
Well, what do you
And I'm like,
that?
you told me I was going to amount to nothing. How could you be proud of me? But isn't that a great story? Honestly. So I can't believe I forgot to finish the story, but yeah,
Okay,
that's my story.
Really good ending.
So tell me, it's a great ending, but
Oh my
it's
God.
because my vibration was so high and I was so in love and I was just vibrating at such a high level. Those people bumped me up to first class. This is what happens when we vibrate high. People give us opportunities. People give us business. People want us to, on their album, people want to give us gigs. And I want to talk about what I just got. I manifested a miracle yesterday around my music, but I want you to tell your story first. In grade 6, what happened to you?
It's not really as exciting as that, but my gosh, it is a great Tori Jo says, my money story is I'm always fighting to survive till the next payday. Yep. There have been nights of going to bed hungry in a teepee in Montana with a dirt floor. Tori Jo.
Wow. What a story, Tori Jo.
I feel like you need to watch this, Tori Jo, on Netflix, because you may feel some similarities there, but it just shows you the power in you, Tori Jo. And there is a book in you. 100%. There's a book in you.
Oh,
and
there's more than one book in her.
I know she's been writing, so I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw it out there. And then she said, why are grade 6 teachers such powerful angels of evolution? Yeah.
Right? Thank you. She was one of my biggest. Yeah.
I know. So good, right? Grade 6 it was, again, a very tough year for me too. And I was told that I was stupid, and I believed that. So unlike you, where you're like, oh, I'm going to work harder, I actually took that and I had to do some work on it in my adulthood. And even like when I did a breakthrough on a lot of things, and I worked on my NLP and timeline therapy using with that limiting belief, there are still times where if somebody says something and I don't quite get it, that old story could come back. Now I don't let it, because that's ridiculous. Of course I'm not. But I can feel it sometimes. And that's just from a teacher. So you talk about somebody diminishing your light, but here's the thing, right? Leaving, teaching now, to not knowing what I was going to do, to building a business, to all of that takes courage, it takes dedication, it takes perseverance, and it's certainly not somebody who's stupid going to do that, right? Like, and so I'm defying the odds of what those teachers said to me, and I am, doing so much more for myself. then.
And you're an amazing teacher who would not bring down a student.
And I was just going to say,
Right? Yeah.
I'm still a teacher. I'm just teaching in a different curriculum,
Yeah.
if you will,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For
yeah.
sure. For
So
sure.
tell us about because I know this is
Amazing.
exciting for you.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been vibrating very high lately, and so this is what we talk about, right? When you're in your zone, we call it your VAP, vibration of authentic power, where you're literally living as your higher self. You're not dependent on your ego to get by. You're actually working with source, your creator, God, universe, whatever you want to call your higher power. You're
Yep.
using that power, which is authentic power, and
Yeah.
your power, you're actually one with that power.
Yeah.
And when you stay in alignment with that, that's when you really, really embody that, miracles just find you. You become a miracle magnet. And so I've been vibrating really high because thanks to my friend, Dr. Larry Farwell, who wrote the book, The Science of Creating Miracles, proving in the lab that our consciousness, our thoughts actually change the pattern of plutonium ions on lab equipment. Okay, so that it's proof that our consciousness does create what we want, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's a bit of a longer story, but Dr. Larry explains it really well in his book, The Science of Creating Miracles. And he and I are collaborating on a very cool global project, these 11 global retreat centers. And he spoke to our group because there's 40 amazing people in this group. He spoke to our group on Friday and Sunday. And I got so present to what he talks about. And I was just vibrating at even a higher level than usual. And so yesterday, I got invited by the executive director of the Niagara Jazz Festival to be part of the Niagara Jazz Festival,
It's
which
so
to
great.
me as a jazz singer is like, okay, I kind of arrived. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I knew when I played the Niagara Jazz Festival, I would have arrived as a musician. And well, there were two pieces. One was when I got to perform at the Jazz Bistro, and I not only got to perform, I sold out 3 out of the 4 times that I did a concert there. I also recorded my first jazz album there, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But at the back of my mind, there was the Niagara Jazz Festival, and my friend actually runs it, and I'm going to see her on Saturday performing at this Stratus Winery, and her Juliet Dunn is her name. And she's amazing. And she said, Elvira, you know what? We're going to do these pop-up shows at the Niagara Jazz Festival. Would you and one of your 2 bands like to perform? And I'm like, yeah, let me check with them, you know? And so I checked with Mark, my Primavera Jazz duo partner. He's like, hell yeah, right? They're paying us really well, and they're bringing us out to do the jazz festival. So anyway, I can't stop talking about it because it's just such a dream of mine. And I know that it was my vibration that allowed
Yeah.
me to attract it. So yeah,
That's
there you
that
go.
is so
Cheers. Cheers to me. Me and
Here's
Mark. Yeah.
to you. I think
Yeah.
it's so
So
amazing.
happy.
And that's that's the card, right? Like living up to
Mhm.
your greatest potential, living whatever that looks like for you,
Yeah.
right? And this is what I want
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
so many. And this is part of the reason I created this
Yeah.
group, right? Because we have
Yes.
we have this potential within us, and it's unlimited potential, right? And in quantum
Yeah.
physics, that's what they talk about. It is unlimited
Yeah.
potential. There is no limits.
Yes.
And
Yes. And
you,
anything is possible. That's what Dr. Larry talks about in the book.
yeah,
Anything is possible. Yeah. Yeah.
it's absolutely true, and you live from that place of
Yeah.
miracles, like you just said, and it is like I'm just in awe of all the miracles that take place every single day. If you watch
Mm.
them, they're there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like you. I want to be a miracle magnet. I don't want to be
Yes.
this,
Yes.
crap magnet living in the dumps. Like I've
Yeah.
been there before, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there. I want to shine my light, and that
Got the
was part.
t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I
Yeah.
created, right? Because of
Yeah.
that reason. Because, well, I felt alone. Like, am I the only one kind of, leaving a job and doing this? And then, unbeknownst to me, we have
Yeah.
19,000 women in the group now.
Yeah.
So right? I mean, come on.
Amazing, amazing.
It is
Yeah.
amazing. It's
You're living
incredible.
your purpose, Lisa. That's why you attracted all these people, because you're living in alignment with your greatest purpose.
Yeah,
And that is to
yeah,
bring women together and to realize that they're not their story. They are who they choose to be. And you
yeah,
help them with your modalities, and you highlight other people with their modalities as well. And
yeah.
this is what you're doing in this lifetime. And I can't think of a better purpose to have than that,
I,
Lisa.
you know what? And I can't either.
Yeah.
And it truly is just comes from such a place of servitude. That's why I call it
Yeah.
Servitude Tuesdays,
Yeah.
because it's just I want to serve.
Mm,
I want to, share with the world all these amazing women
yeah.
that when we're here to raise consciousness on this planet. I
Yeah.
mean, that is the reason. So we need to all shine
Amen.
a light. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Done.
Amen. Amen.
So
Amen. Yeah.
right,
Oh, I
it's just
love it.
so
I
great.
love it. So beautiful.
I love it. So listen, I know you have this beautiful. You brought one of your.
Yes, I brought one of my favorite instruments. So, by the way, another miracle's happened. My husband and I have decided that we are moving to Italy,
Yes, I saw that.
which is very exciting. And I said, okay, well, I have to have at least one instrument that I bring with me because I can't bring everything. This is going to be the one instrument. I will always
Oh,
have this with
really?
me. This, yes, this is my practitioner wand. It is a C in 432 hertz. It's attuned to the energy of Mother Earth. And so this is a tone that I just love, and when I play it, it helps people to heal. It helps people to be blessed. So I do sound healing for blessings, and
Wow.
different people want me to come in and bless their weddings, their children's. If they're not religious, they just want, I can come in and bless people with this beautiful sound,
Beautiful.
and the channelings that I get. So yeah, so I'm just going to bless everyone
Let's
with
do this.
this sound and with any message that comes through. So thank you for inviting me, Lisa. So I invite everyone to just close their eyes and take a deep breath into your belly and just receive. Om Shanti. Om Shakti Divine. Bless my beautiful sisters. Allow them to shine their beautiful light in this world. Allow them to connect with their beautiful gifts and give them away. Give them away. Namaste.
Namaste. Beautiful. Wow.
Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you, in all of you. Thank
I love
you.
it. Wow. I feel it in my crown chakra right now. Yeah, I'm really
Oh,
feeling it in my crown. And I know you said it was connecting to Mother Earth.
nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank
Oh,
you.
I got major chills. Yes. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lisa. Thank you. This is
thank
brilliant.
you.
I love it that we just show up, and even when we have no clue what to talk about, the universe gives us a card and we can talk about that. And we hope that we've served well today. So thank you
I
so
love it.
much.
I love it. Thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you to everyone that will watch later. We're so grateful for you. And again, as always, head over to that YouTube channel and you can subscribe and share to your heart's content. If you feel so aligned to do that, we would love that. We're trying to get this message out there to everyone because I know there's so many more women that we could also help heal through these,
Yeah.
through the
And men
words.
too. And men too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
sure. So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
until next week, we
Thank you,
will
Lisa.
see you later.
Yes. Yay.
Bye for now.
Bye.
3, 2, 1.